Good evening, and welcome to News Now Influence. The Congress of South African Trade Unions was leading a nationwide strike on October 7, 2024, to protest several urgent issues affecting workers and the broader South African society. This annual action has brought key concerns to the forefront, prompting marches and demonstrations across major cities. Key issues. One of the primary concerns driving the strike is South Africa's high unemployment rate, affecting over 11.3 million people. Congress of South African Trade Unions is calling for an end to job losses and retrenchments, pushing for job security as a priority. The union is also criticizing the government's handling of economic policies, arguing that weak economic growth and rising living costs are pushing ordinary citizens into deeper financial hardship. Congress of South African Trade Unions' demands include stronger collective bargaining rights, better worker protections, and the creation of sustainable jobs to ease the country's economic challenges. Another significant focus is the need to combat crime and corruption, which COSATU claims are eroding public trust and contributing to economic instability. The union is also advocating for lower interest rates, arguing that high rates disproportionately impact poor and working-class communities. In addition, COSATU strongly opposes austerity measures, which they argue result in cuts to essential services and increase poverty and inequality. Protest locations. Striking workers were marching in various locations, including major cities like Johannesburg, Cape Town, and Durban. In Johannesburg, protesters are moving from Sandton Park to the South African Reserve Bank and Treasury. Meanwhile, Cape Town's demonstrators were heading to the National Parliament, and Durban's march led to City Hall. Other protests were taking place in Pietermaritzburg, Polokwane, East London, and more. Government criticism and public opinion. Congress of South African Trade Unions leadership has openly criticized the government for failing to protect workers from rising living costs, especially in provinces like KwaZulu-Natal. Public opinion remains divided on the effectiveness of these protests. While some support the union's efforts, others question their impact on real change. As the strike unfolds, attention will be on how the government responds and whether the Congress of South African Trade Unions' demands can influence future policies. That's your news update on News Now Influence.